Yes, graduates, welcome to Hard Talk Podcast with HTK. Fasten your seatbelts. Hey, users and subscribers, welcome back to another episode of Hard Talk with HTK. There are some crucial things that have come out in the past 24 hours to 48 hours of the investigation in the Jayden Smith case. Now, one of the namely things that has come out is the interview that took place with L.A. Lewis. Now, I'm not certain why it is that subsequently I heard L.A. Lewis coming on to say that he's leaving the case alone. But I would like to officially thank this man for the efforts that he has put into progressing what we thought we knew into what we now know. Now, at the end of the day, regardless of whatever our feelings might be about his spiritual choices, there is nothing that beats on the ground reporting. Lots of us out here as bloggers, we are taking information from here, there, and everywhere on the internet. To get a first-hand account is a commendable thing. And as we're not sure what it is that the Jamaica Constabulary Force are doing towards this case, I think it should be appreciated and bigged up when we have somebody who actually goes to the scene of the crime, speaks to key witnesses, and walks the path of the potential victim. L.A. Lewis has done a fantastic job. Now, I would like to go through exactly what we now know when it comes to the uncle. The uncle and L.A. Lewis exchanged quite a bit in their conversation. And the uncle has let it all out the bag. I know for a fact that this uncle right now is in the hot seat with his family. Because you, sir, have said a lot more than I'm sure you were meant to say. There are things that came out in this discussion that we never knew before. And also things that were clarified. We are going to listen to his interview bit by bit from beginning to end. And I'm going to identify for you even further lies that have now been revealed. Now, I know that at the end of everything, L.A. Lewis actually took to his live again. During that live, he tried to reach out to the uncle. He was instantly dismissed with the uncle claiming that he was on another call.
All right, Demar, I'd look a son. Shanika, the daughter. What the driver name, man? Somebody called me last night and tell me something about Jay. We're trying to sleep there. So the driver boy name again. Can't take the driver now, is them they tell me say the driver a Shanik baby father cousin. Yes, and Shanik baby father cousin. So, but the big thing now in the card, them say Jayden are dead. Jayden get kidnapped. But that's why I tell the uncle some more piece of the clothes. What I say more, my daddy? Piece of the clothes. So, see the people, me have it. I have it. So I tell them some more piece of Jayden clothes and more something. That's why people, the man cooperated me so good people. Me could say the man have nothing to do with the people. The man that man the people. The man cooperated with good people. We're going to find out if Jayden dead. Because the stepfather said Jayden is not dead. There's a big of a stepfather, the step-uncle people. And Jayden people, me tell you, sometimes some family have some kill, some, we don't know. What Jayden mother there? Because some of the police them say, them don't feel him dead. Some people say them feel him dead. Him uncle say, Emperor, I don't feel Jayden dead. I feel say the uncle. They say the uncle-in-law, I see nothing but love.
I love him.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello.
Greetings, Father T.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, me there, man. So how things with you?
give me a second, let me before one next call. I have to shout you back, LA.
All right.
He asked LA Lewis to call him back, or said that he would call back, none of which took place, because after LA Lewis tried multiple times to call back the uncle, he never got through. The number just rang out, and it went to voicemail. It went to the number's not available. It did all sorts of things, almost as though the uncle blocked him, then unblocked him, and then it went to voicemail. LA Lewis never got through to the uncle again.
Me call back the uncle people, because I just call them same dep on another call. You understand? Because people may give the uncle all benefits of the doubt, people to set themselves free. You understand? Because me now go say people in the family no probably know or know where going. Me now go say it people yet. So my thing people, my thing now, me now go say people in the family probably don't know what to go on. Me now go say people know where go on. My thing is to show the police and show you people evidence that's on know and see and hear for yourself where go on. Me go call back the stepfather now. So now Shanique for call me from yesterday, people, and I know she call me. So Shanique, I just tell her baby because I know you watch the show. Silent mean guilty. And everybody wait for me to prove if the local youth dead or I'm not dead. So I guess the first somebody, I'm going to try to call back the stepfather now.
The mailbox off 1-876213393 is full. Thank you.
No, something good, sir. Just send the pen a call. I know him not take a call. It's an uncle when I talked to yesterday. Jayden, uncle in this.
The mailbox off 1-8762133.
People. Something not good. All the people call him back or don't call him back. Me give about 3 moments. Give about 3 moments and I call back because I want you with me and I'm going to like jump to conclusion. See people say the cart area, see what time for the cart here. We give about 3 minutes and call him back because this is the Jayden uncle now, people. So and a good sign of people. Good sign that. That's a good sign.
The mailbox off 1-87621339293 is full. Thank you.
Alright, people. Boss now pick up my phone. You know where I'm going. Probably the phone drop in the water. I don't know where I'm going, people. Yeah. Yes, I'm probably phone dropping the water, probably. Alright, the cousin this may call now. Jayden cousin this may call now. May call the uncle. Can I get the uncle? Nobody answer your phone. Alright. Greetings, Mr. Thomas. This is the Maroon Emperor. I was trying to call you from earlier on, but I don't know if your phone might drop into the water, or I don't know if your phone got a disconnect, or you probably got, I don't know, you left it there car by accident. But give me a call as soon as possible. Yeah, I got some new information, you understand, and some leads, so I have to keep up to date with what they go on. So call back as soon as possible. We shall have you. I call the boss if you want. I'll call him back again. Yes, and I call the cousin again. Cousin answer the phone.
You have reached the voicemail box of 18.
Yes, nobody trying to answer. I'll call the boss one last time, people, so. Because I don't, because Jayden missing your people. And we can't get him. So if we call the uncle now, people can't get the uncle. Who if you know if them kidnap the uncle to people? I don't know. So, call broad daylight people, me call the uncle again. We don't know if them kidnap the uncle. How if you know? And somebody said they've seen him not too long ago. I drive past. So if something, I don't know. Come people, give me some gift people like I should show.
18762.
See people, can I get him?
And I strongly suspect that L.A. Lewis, you will never speak to another member of that family. Because behind all of this, there is one brain that is behind the communication that the family is supposed to give. And that is Shanique. The Shanique that refused to speak to L.A. Lewis. Because L.A. Lewis did actually ask to speak to her, and she refused to speak to him. All of this speaks volumes about who could be innocent and who's got something to hide. But let's go into this interview with the uncle and let me know what you think in the comments.
Alright, but the thing what would I want to know now? Alright, so your stepdaughter now, because remember now, you already hear all everything gonna like me and make up nothing. So you already hear
No man, everything go.
everything go. So where was she in all this time?
My stepdaughter Friday Friday morning reach the hospital.
Yeah.
Really see mother. You understand? She no come here. She no come around so.
So you can't defend her not
No, but no, we can't defend her. Because Jayden was in school when she the hospital.
Yes.
When we left hospital, she left with the baby. And me and my wife and Demar come home.
Yeah.
I tell you.
So I want you to listen to the first crucial thing that the uncle said. He said that his stepdaughter flew down on Friday morning and then she went to the hospital. So he is speaking specifically about Friday morning. The point of Shanique turning up at the hospital in the morning was to release the mother. Now remember, the mother was complaining that she needed to go to the toilet, and she had actually asked her husband to send Demar to the hospital so that she could get the relief and leave the baby with somebody familiar. He also said that when she arrived at the hospital, he left her there with the baby, and his wife and Demar went home. Now remember, before he had said, or somebody had said, that Jayden was sleeping and he got woken up, right? So it sounds to me as though Jayden was brought home before he went back with Demar and his wife in the morning. So I don't know if it is that when he went and did that trip, remember, she had sent him to go and get Demar first. He went to get Demar and came back to the hospital with Demar. did he then leave when he went to go and get Demar with Jayden? It sounds like it, right? We're just trying to put together the things that they're not saying that's indicated by the absence of information and the jump to the next series of events. So it sounds as though Jayden was taken back to the house and Jayden was allowed to sleep. He returned with Demar and stayed at the hospital with Demar and the aunt, his wife, until the mother of Zaire turned up. So the 2-year-old's mother, who is Shanique, turned up in the morning of Friday, first of all. At this point, it is highly likely that she indeed did not see Jayden at this point, first thing in the morning. So the father is at first speaking about the very first time Shanique turned up at the hospital. It was in the morning, shortly after she had landed in the country. So it's safe to say if she's claiming she arrived on the Friday morning, that she arrived pretty early and that she went straight to the hospital. Now, I want you to listen to the section of this interview where Ellie Lewis asked him specifically about when Jayden would have left school to go to the fast food place, etc. Because things change at this point.
So while Jayden gone up on the road.
Yo.
Yeah, where was she at that time? Yeah,
When no, we would know where Jayden go because they tell we the hospital.
No man. While Jayden at school. Yes, step back.
Shanique and his friend named Tommy we live in our area so. Go a spiritual at the same time. Go freshen up because you know carry no clothes for foreign. So he just go a spiritual pop the tell about for me white boss.
Yeah, but what about what time?
You know, I really remember time like that, but already early morning. Early morning part.
No, what we're talking about the time now when Jayden supposed to be at school. Yes, until him got the local fast food place. Yes, and at that time you now were on the road.
Yes.
Hustling. Yes, and so that's a now. But where were Shanique at the time?
Shanique and Tommy that's spiritual. Yes, that's spiritual.
Yeah, but the thing now, you don't know so that's spiritual like that people don't ask.
Me,
you just have to ask people.
Yeah, me understand what you say. But me carry the bunch of key go give Shanique in her hand right down at
No, me know in the morning.
Yeah, down at well I know, they don't at 3 Angels Pharmacy.
That's at what time?
As me tell you say early in the morning about 9 o'clock or so.
So now 9 o'clock now after certain hours.
Yeah, of course. But my wife and them are still in the hospital with she.
With Shanique?
Yes.
Alright. So and then after your wife left the hospital with Shanique now?
No man, when Shanique got the hospital, we were here. When Shanique walked in, I was going to buy a soup down at the hospital something.
So that's what time Shanique walked in?
Shanique walked in, I'll tell you the time now really.
So what time you would say you reach at the hospital?
Reach our hospital maybe about say, you don't want to tell no like, I didn't tell you say, in the evening rain did a fall.
But after 7?
No man, no man, earlier that man, maybe about say in the, about, because school on Friday is over 1:30.
Yeah.
So maybe about say, anyway after them the hours there.
After 1:30 you reach hospital?
No man, we reach hospital maybe about say 3 o'clock the hours, maybe a little later.
So just the time we try for work. Yes, and so Jayden school over 1 o'clock?
No.
What time?
Jayden school over 2:30.
2:30 Jayden school over, right? And then you would have say you reach the school now after, your hospital after 3?
Yes.
Yes, and then after you reach the hospital now, then Shanique come in.
Shanique come right because we don't come. Yes. Shanique walk in, she and Tommy.
Right. She walk in at the school.
In the hospital.
In the hospital.
But hospital has enough money, and we don't have to check out in the
what time? So was she at the hospital before you come, or was she come at the hospital after you come?
Look here, me tell you, say me there just a few minutes before she come in.
Alright, so before she come in. So what the people look at? People look at the time when Jayden was in school.
Yes.
And the time when Shanique come at the hospital. Because remember, what we were, we were to make sure said the people not judge wrong.
No, but they can't do anything they want him.
No man, never say make people.
No, make them do what they have to do.
No, when people do what they want to do, sometimes chaos can happen. You understand the family? So you have to make the thing work out.
No, but we can't remember every time. Remember say me I drive,
No man, what we are saying now. Alright, between me and you, before me even come down here, what me and you repeat when I say, yes, and because me tell them say that man him put in and nothing.
No, neither, no, we know nothing.
So, no, what me do now?
Now, did you notice? He said that when she went to Spur Tree with her friend is in the early morning part. Remember, she first turned straight up at the hospital so that he then left with his wife and Demar, and he also left her there with the baby. At what point does he return to the hospital to facilitate her going to Spur Tree, or does she leave her baby at the hospital with nobody present to go to Spur Tree? So he's talking about a trip to Spur Tree in the morning, in the early morning part. He then says that while Jayden was at school, or I would say finishing school and heading off to the little fast food place, his wife, Shanique, and Demar were still in the hospital while he was on the road hustling. He also said that he went at 9 o'clock to go and give the keys to Shanique, and he met her at the Three Angels pharmacy in Mandeville. Now, if he went to give her the keys for this place in Spur Tree at 9 o'clock, at what time did Shanique return to the hospital again? Because he's saying that they were still at the hospital while he was out hustling on the road. It sounds as though multiple trips were made to and from the hospital that day. So when he's talking about Demar, Shanique, and his wife being at the hospital, he had already left with his wife and Demar back to the house, woken up Jayden, gotten Jayden ready for school. He's implying that the wife was first at the house early in the morning when he went back to the house with Demar and left Shanique with the baby. Because remember, in the first clip before this, he said that he left Shanique there with the baby and went back to the house with his wife and with Demar. So there was a point where Shanique was at the hospital alone with that child. When he then talked about his hustling period, so that is, the 3 o'clock them time there just before, he's talking about the fact that he first met Shanique to give her the keys for that property. You know, the boss property? Yeah. So him give her the keys so that she can go freshen up with her friend Tammy. They both left and went to that property in Spur Tree. This is about the 9 o'clock period. He then goes about his business, hustling on the road. She's at Spur Tree at 9 o'clock in the morning. Now, he's then talking about later on in the afternoon when he was hustling on the road. He then says that Shanique was back at the hospital with Demar and with his wife while he was hustling on the road. That part does not make sense. Because think about it. If he's if he's brought keys to her to go to Spur Tree and dropped it off at Three Angels and he was busy hustling on the road, how is it that later on he's saying that he then returns to the hospital and sees Shanique walk in shortly after he was there? That shortly after he arrived and he was about to go and get some food on the hospital premises, he sees Shanique walk in. The uncle is clearly lying. At this point, he gave himself away and he gave everything away. Because I am proposing that Shanique left at 9 o'clock in the morning to go to her Spur Tree with her friend Tammy, and that Shanique did not return until long after Jayden had finished school. Remember, he's saying 2:33, I was back in the hospital. It could be later. So we're talking about a couple of hours, after which Jayden would have left his school, gone to go get his pizza, and was busy being spotted at Megamart and heading to Perth Road. There was a time slot there. And remember, Perth Road leads to where? Spur Tree. So if she was already in Spur Tree, making her way back to the hospital, Jayden could have been collected at that time. I have a very sinister feeling about this. And I'm going to tell you what my sinister feeling is. Crucial to this case is the car that they traveled in. Crucial to this case is forensics on the car that they traveled in. Because indeed, it was still a short period of time between when Jayden's school was over, when she would have traveled back to the hospital, considering that she shortly arrived after the father, when she would have seen Jayden on Perth Road. They need to do forensics on that car, particularly the trunk. Let's keep listening.
You know, a whole heap of case.
And Lewis, me know say I come from about 2 or 3 days ago.
Me know, because I announced me come plus the world. You said so, but
Me know.
I the thing what we try to understand now.
You want to see me?
The time space. Because remember, you know, the somebody who upon the stand here now is that you know, is Shani mainly.
Look here, let me tell you something. Shani could have no reason for her Jayden. And the reason why I tell you Shani could have no reason for her Jayden. Shani never see Jayden, and I will show you. Me can't talk.
Yes, man.
Shanique is a little girl who kind of, you know, grow out of the hood. So them not really want, not even our what you call it? The baby shower never keep a yard.
Yeah.
So you know, so then kind of, a year she not come here.
Yes.
She not come here. So when they come, they go a spur tree upon my wife work.
Yes.
I'm boss up there. So me no know if any, you understand?
Yes.
But what I'm saying is that she didn't saw Jayden Friday, none at all. I tell you, me not ask you. Me not tell you, me not ask you, I tell you. Because how Shanique left and go to go bed and come back fast, it kind of puzzle me.
Yeah.
How fast he come back.
Yeah.
Me drive, me run this. Me run this and I'm looking something. When people talk about time span and we are tell lie and we not looking at people's face. Yes. Lewis, me not have nothing.
Yes.
I need you to pay attention to the body language of the father, the facial expressions of the father for this part of the video. Notice that he starts going off on a tangent, speaking about the fact that, you know, Shanique didn't even visit the area. She doesn't come to the area. She always goes up to Spur Tree, where the wife's boss has this property. And he also speaks about the fact that the wife works in Spur Tree, right? Now, we've got now 2 people who are very familiar with Spur Tree, and that would be Shanique and the mother. He then starts to go on and on about his innocence. The fact that, listen, I am completely innocent. I do not have any reason to tell you lies. He is now excusing himself from the mess. He's making it clear that he cannot tell a lie. He's only telling L.A. Lewis what he knows. What he's trying to do is to defend his daughter. And that, in a way, is a very natural response of a parent. He does not want to ever imagine that his daughter has anything to do with Jayden's disappearance. But the fact remains that he cannot account for the time between which Shanique left and stayed at Spur Tree and returned to the hospital, to the point where he lies on himself and says that he has left Shanique there with Demar and his wife. Shanique was not there. Shanique was in Spur Tree. And while she was in Spur Tree, the timing actually coincides with when Jayden would have left school, when Jayden would have been spotted at Megamart, when Jayden would have been spotted on Perth Road. There are a lot of coincidences here in terms of the timings that Jayden was seen out and about, and when it is that she left and returned to the hospital. There is enough time there for her to have traveled from Spur Tree along Perth Road to interact with Jayden. She then turns up at the hospital with this friend Tammy. So, crucial to also this part of the case is interrogating Tammy, her friend. Now, there is a video It is clear to me that this father is trying to cover up for his child. And he's doing so in a way that's tying himself up into knots. This is the reason why L.A. Lewis never received that call back. He is the weakest link in that family. Because of his innocence, he is just letting out all sorts. He doesn't know how to lie. And when somebody who is normally good becomes corrupted, they never do so in a straightforward way because he's not clued up in how to be devious and conniving. Now, I would like us to listen to another interview that I got some bits of from TikTok. This that we're about to listen to is Demar speaking on a live. Now, remember, before we said that Demar has been absolutely mute for this whole thing. But in fact, just like the rest of the family members, Demar has been vocal on the TikTok app. A few days ago, Demar came live and he was busy in the chat expressing himself as the 15-year-old brother of Shanique, the son of the uncle and aunt, and of course, Jayden's, and of course, the person who would have been present when Zaire broke his femur and when Jayden was also present. Take a listen.
Ball, I fix bicycle. I go everywhere. Me I got Mandeville, me I carry Jayden with me. Carry him go down a skate and make up Jayden birthday in November. And me say I want carry Jayden go make a bounty birthday. And now for this year say all of this can go on. It hurt me, bro. I mean, me basically in bigger brother. Me the only brother.
All right. Even that.
Right. Since you want me answer you, give the question and me answer you. Don't you say? Then come dig up your yard. My father say you have to banana sitting for go plant, and he say even a plant them. Cause I say a fresh dot and I take him for question him or sitting. But we never blame Jayden at a point. The whole of
So listen, you tell me say you tell Jayden say him play too much.
Yeah, that's the only thing me tell him say I'm too much. That's the only thing me tell him.
Alright, listen now. The grandmother say she tell Jayden say she must careful. He must careful next time.
Yes, that is what she tell him.
Listen now. The youth mother, the 2-year-old mother said she get a call and here said the baby drop off of the bed.
And a bed in drop off, man.
Why him drop off?
Him did dip on the settee, him jump off of the settee and jump on Jayden. Jayden move and then him drop and broke his femur bone. The thing is, people not gonna believe, you know, because true Zaire a foreign picnic, they not gonna believe, say, yo, we just ease off it just so. People not gonna believe.
That's only two allegation when me jump in my head and say, I feel
what see the kidnap for you, brother. Right now, me even know if it's like I will like comment them where they are, so right now, even me feel good enough for myself.
as I tell us, it will come. It will come because as me say, all you see there, so I make comment out of cancer. And I close nobody look. We can't tell her.
Let me tell her, Jayden mother not in a position to take Jayden right now. Jayden mother not in a position to take Jayden. Jayden mother not even a back room run a shop. She can't take Jayden. The police them come for youth father this morning and him gone a station. Cause him the junk and could give statement yesterday. Cause me go a station and give statement and come back a me yard yesterday.
So question. So when was the first time the police ever take nobody for questioning?
When the first time they take them for question.
Yeah.
Sassy, a good man.
You know when I first time, you know, cause me after that, you know, me start go back at school, you know. When
they take statement for you?
Them take yesterday evening.
But this not sound like the police them are doing their job because in a by 24 hours,
yeah, me understand what you're saying. So they should ask me, they should get the statement from me
24
before.
hours. Because you after 24 hours you're missing Zane and by right the guardian in a house whoever care you there. The household you live in, the school you go. After 24 hours, everybody's supposed to give statement.
Jayden, we see him up on the road and walk past her like noir. Jayden have a phone.
Stop up the live, brother, and
Jayden have a phone. Jayden never carry the phone to school. Yo,
Really, at this point,
as so comes the police have a phone and the police take away phone and I try to pull the phone, you know, cause Jayden lock the phone so we can't go in night.
no man. If police then can't get the phone pulled, man. If the police
Yeah,
want
the
the phone
police them
pulled,
say they can't get the phone pulled.
yeah
So
man,
that
and the phone supposed to pull already.
He has revealed to us some other crucial information. He's implying that Jayden did not have a good relationship with his mother, that he resented his mother, and that's why he would walk past her and act as though he doesn't know her. He spoke about the fact that the phone was locked. We have heard this before from the uncle who said he doesn't know anything about phones, and that the phone was being unlocked by the police. He's also mentioned that his statement was not taken until we're now looking at 2 weeks and a bit before he got his statement taken. He's speaking about the fact that his statement, along with the others, was taken late. Now, this is a flaw on the part of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. You have given the family members enough time to actually make up stories, line up their tales, spin a narrative that they all will sing to. Instead of striking when the iron is hot, you've struck it when it's cold. Now, this is a very, very big flaw in solving the case because you have given far too much time for the suspects to actually avoid being detected. You've also not acted in time for that cousin, Shanique, to have been detained. She's now back in the United States of America. Here we have another case where delays have caused detrimental flaws in how things could progress. Why would you allow somebody like Shanique to go back on that plane to the United States without heavy interrogation? Why would you allow her to leave the country before the case was solved? And I suspect the reason for this is simple. There is no body. And so perhaps on legal grounds, they've got no way that they can detain her. Now I'm suggesting that after 3 weeks on, you need to investigate the timeline and you need to make sure that every hour, every minute is accounted for where she's concerned, where her friend Tammy's concerned. Find out about that car. Find out who was driving. Find out about where in Spur Tree she was actually staying. Spur Tree needs to be investigated, as in the property they were staying at. They also need to do forensics on that car, because given the time frame between which she left Spur Tree and turned up back at the hospital, Jayden's body may very well have been in it. And I hate to imagine it and I hate to think it, but it is not an impossibility. And if they do not capture these things in advance, they've already washed, bleached out the car. They've already gotten rid of crucial evidence. Now I'm going to end this video with the final icing on the cake. We're going to just go over some of the key things that we've heard from all of the family members in bits, and please pay attention to the slides in between where I throw up some questions and some statements based on what we've heard so far. It points to some missing gaps and also some missing information when it comes to Demar, when it comes to Shanique. Just pay attention to the things that each family member is saying and how it's playing off against each other. It shows that the family really and truly did not cover their tracks very well, and that they are going out of their way to spin a narrative as though everybody was at a particular place at a particular time, when it really doesn't make sense. There are absences in information in terms of when people come and go from the hospital, and also in terms of who was at home while Jayden was at school. Listen carefully, but also read the text before you end this video. Jayden, it is unlikely that he will be alive this late on. It is unlikely, though not impossible. So if you notice, I am also not saying that Jayden has died, but I'm saying the probability of him still being alive and well is extremely slim. Now, we can't discount other situations that could have happened. There could have been a kidnapping. There could have been trafficking. There could have been a runaway. But to be absolutely invisible when running away for 3 weeks, not one person to step forward to say they have seen him in this time, that's an extremely, highly unlikely situation. So the other options that there is some negative outcome are more probable. We continue to say justice for Jayden. And of course, if you have made it thus far into the video, do not forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. And of course, hit that bell. So every time I drop a video, you get notified. Let's take a listen to the rest of these people's lies. Big up your nice clean self. This is your girl, Head Teacher K, and I'm out.
I went to the hospital on Thursday. I didn't leave the hospital until after 7 Friday. I spent the whole day and the whole night at the hospital. When I came home, I realized Jayden was not.
Yes.
When we left hospital, she left with the baby. And me and my wife and Demar come home.
Yeah.
Me not I tell you.
There's no truth to speculation or comments that he was roughed up.
No, sir.
The incident.
No. Because by time my wife go had the time to quarrel, me say, come, you carry the baby go hospital. Me, Jayden, Demar, Zaire, and my wife, all of us go hospital same time.
Initially, Jayden was at the hospital on the Thursday night when it happened. Then everybody left my mom at the hospital with the baby. Went home. Jayden went to school the following day and just did not come back home today. So mom was at the hospital with me on Friday when she left to go home, and then she called me saying that Jayden is not home.
Why would we hurt Jayden? When I saw Jayden Thursday evening, when I went into Mandeville Hospital, I never saw Jayden again because I spent the entire night, Thursday night, the entire evening, Friday evening, and I did not see Jayden again. 30-some minutes to 6 that my husband said to me he's going to leave because remember the kids are going to school. I said, okay, when you go home, let Demar ready and come down that he can help me with the baby that I can go to the bathroom. I need to use the bathroom. Okay. Demar came down.
Come, you carry the baby go hospital. Me, Jayden, Demar, Zaire, and my wife, all of us go hospital same time. As we tell you, say, early in the morning, about 9 o'clock or
so no, 9 o'clock, no, after certain hours.
Of course. But my wife and them are still in the hospital with she.
With Shani?
Yes.
All right. So, and then after your wife left the hospital with Shani now.
My stepdaughter Friday come down Friday morning reach the hospital.
Yeah.
Really see mother. You understand?
Initially, Jayden was at the hospital on the Thursday night when it happened. Then everybody left my mom at the hospital with the baby. Went home. Jayden went to school the following day and just did not come back home today. So mom was Jayden went to school the following day and just did not come back home today. So mom was at the hospital with me on Friday when she left to go home, and then she called me saying that Jayden is not home. Jayden went to school the following day and just did not come back home today. So mom was at
Yes.
When we left hospital, she left with the baby. And me and my wife and Demar come home.
Yeah.
Me not I tell you.
Yes.
When we left hospital, she left with the baby. And me and my wife and Demar come home.
Yeah.